I call bringing unknown works of art to life the great game. There are few things that can be more interesting and at times more frustrating. So let's follow the journey of this painting from rummage sale to full documentation. It should be fun. This is our fourth video as we follow our painting from rummage sale to full documentation. In our last video we were stuck. We had a signature monogram that looked like the monogram of Frederick Goodall, the British Orientalist painter and member of the Royal Academy. But we had no stylistic connections to that painter. Our painting was definitely not an Orientalist work of art, and Goodall was successful enough during his lifetime that someone might have forged his monogram in order to increase the value of a painting that was not by Goodall. We stayed stuck for several years. But then we caught a break. I happened to be researching in the Ryerson Library at the Art Institute of Chicago. I was looking at transparencies of paintings sold at auction. Transparencies were an interim form of visual documentation. They are somewhat similar to the 35mm slides that you might find in a collection of old family photos. They are larger and carry more visual information. I happened upon an image with a feature that I recognized. It was a rather unique way of painting the roofs of houses. It was something that I had seen before, specifically something that I had seen in our painting in Kansas City. I was pretty sure that I was looking at a painting by the same artist. When I checked the reference sheet for that particular image, I was delighted to find that it was a view of the British town of Eton by Frederick Goodall. Just the artist who we thought fit the monogram all along. This breakthrough gave us a lot of new information. We now had a firm link from our painting to Frederick Goodall. The fact that the painting on the transparency was a view of Eton, we also had a great candidate for the town in our townscape. But there was more. The town of Eton, in Berkshire, England, is home to Eton College, one of the finest schools in Britain. In fact, one of the finest schools in the world. The term college is a little tricky for Americans, as Eton College educates boys from ages 13 to 18. The town of Eton is located across the River Thames from the town of Windsor. Windsor is of course home to Windsor Castle, and this explains the walls we see in our painting. We have come a long way. We now know the artist, we know the river, we know the town, and we understand the walls. Could we find out more? Fortunately for us, Frederick Goodall did something that most visual artists do not do. He wrote a book. The book is a collection of anecdotes and recollections about his life. The book was a little tough to find, but we were able to get a hold of a copy, which it turned out had vital information about our painting. In this book, which is called The Reminiscences of Frederick Goodall, we read, "In 1889, I went to Windsor Castle and painted several paintings from the North Terrace by permission of Queen Victoria." And later on in this same book we read, "The Queen acquired the two original pictures painted from the North Terrace, one looking up the Thames and the other looking toward Eton College." So we know that there were two original pictures painted from the North Terrace of Windsor Castle, both of which were acquired by the Queen. We also know that Goodall must have made other paintings of Eton and Windsor back in his studio, for he said that there were several paintings that came from this trip. Since Queen Victoria acquired the original two paintings by Goodall, the next logical place for our research would be the records of the Royal Collection Trust, a registered charity which cares for the royal collection of the British royal family, one of the greatest private art collections in the world. The collection is so famous that our research was not particularly difficult at this point. We are a long way from that rummage sale in Kansas City. We quickly learned that the royal collection of the British royal family still contains one painting by Frederick Goodall, the painting we see here. It's a view of the Thames, Eton, and Eton College. In our next video, we will examine our painting in relationship to this painting in the Royal Collection. Is it possible that our painting, which was found in a rummage sale, was once owned by a queen?